investigation took place because a lot of people never expected that Natasha Prevailed can actually win the federal government in court with ease. You know, this woman win the federal government in court with ease. I will play you how everything actually happened in the court, how the lawyers of the FG finally fumbled and all of that, and Natasha actually triumphed. You will see the question that the judge actually asked the FG government. You will see things the way it goes. Natasha is on the jubilation right now because they never expected that this woman can win them hands down in the court. You know, a lot of people were saying before that it is the FG that is in charge. Now it's not Akpabio, that Akpabio can be won by Natasha, but the FG cannot be won by Natasha. But Natasha went to Tinubu federal government hands down in the court. Now let me take you to everything that happened in court and you see things the way it goes. So you can share the video, just do what to share it as you're watching it. Share it to different social media platforms. Let it go viral, and if you can share it, just like it. Like the video, give it a thumb up so that it will be recommended for us. Just stay connected. I'll come back again. Hello my great and wonderful viewers, welcome back to Lajupog Watch TV. For those of you coming across this channel for the very first time, just do what to click the subscription button appearing on your video screen, and at the same time click the notification bell icon so that whenever we drop a new video in few hours time, YouTube will notify you. You know, it's not more news that the federal government actually sued Natasha, and this happened after Natasha took Akpabio to court, and the court adjourned the case in June 27, and June 27 is not yet here. But amidst that period, the federal government just filed a petition against Natasha. Did Natasha in question offend the federal government? Those are the questions that a lot of people are asking. They said, did Natasha offend the federal government, or is it not only Akpabio and Yaya Bello that have issue with Natasha? What is federal government own in the matter? So a lot of people actually said that the federal government should withdraw their charges, the criminal charges that they actually put on Natasha, that they should withdraw it, but they refused to withdraw it. Now the matter went to court. Natasha was in court a few hours ago. You will see things the way it goes. Come and see the way the judge actually humiliated the federal government lawyers and all of that. You will see things for yourself. I will play you everything, how the judge asked questions and how the defendant defend himself and how the complainant actually speak for himself and all of that. You will see things for yourself. The federal government spoke for themselves and Natasha lawyer actually speak for Natasha. You will see everything. So I'd like guys to stay connected to the end of this video. If you can share the video, just do what to share it. Share to the social media platforms. Let it go viral. Let a lot of people get to know what is happening as far as Natasha case is concerned and how Natasha actually encountered victory in the court. And if you can share the video, just like it, give it a thumb up so that it will be recommended for us. You know, Femi Falana came out, the senior advocate of Nigeria. He made it known that the federal government should withdraw their charges against Natasha Prevailed. And you know, the federal government sued Natasha on the 16th of May. Yes, on the 16th of May, they sued Natasha for assassination of character and all of that. Now, did Natasha assassinate any character of the federal government and all of that? You will see it for yourself in this video. You know, Femi Falana came out. They said, alleged defamatory remark made by the senator against Senate President Godswill Akpabio during a television appearance as unconstitutional and a violation of our right to freedom of expression. Citing constitutional provision and international human rights instrument, he maintained that the charges run contrary to Section 39 of the Nigerian Constitution and Article 9 of the African Charter on Human and People's Rights. He argued that the attempt to criminalize criticism of public office holder is not only outdated but unlawful under Nigerian democratic framework. That was what Falana said. Now, let me take you to the court proceedings, how the judge asked questions from the lawyer of federal government and the lawyer of Natasha. You see things for yourself. Now, a lot of all-round discussion and conversation were actually going on in the court until the judge actually stepped in. And the moment the judge stepped in, the proceedings actually started. Now, the first question that the judge asked the federal government lawyer was, what were your allegations against the defendant? Now, the lawyer of the FG, the leading lawyer, actually stepped up and make it known that the allegation against the defendant, which is Natasha Prevailed, is first, allegation of Akpabio organ harvesting. That's the first one. Second, defamation of character against Akpabio and his family. Third, confession to criminal act to Dr. Sandra Duru. Fourth, forging of IPU attendance. And fifth, threatening national instability and international misrepresentation of the Senate. Now, those are the allegations that they actually filed against Natasha Prevailed. Now, the judge turned to the federal government lawyer again that, why did you file petition on behalf of
Akpabio, because according to what you read out, you said defamation of character against Akpabio and his family. Now, is Akpabio and his family the federal government?
Those are the questions that the judge actually asked. On the same veil, the judge asked them a question that,
according to your petition that you filed against the defendant, the president of the Senate President Akpabio and Yaya Bello stand as witness on the petition. So what's the federal government take on this particular petition? Because most of this petition, many number of the petition is on Akpabio. So why is the federal government filing the petition against Natasha? And then
the federal government lawyers stand up again to state it bold and clear.
My lord, anybody occupying a political position in the public space within the region of Nigeria have the right to be immunized by the federal government of Nigeria.
Then the defendant lawyer stood up after taking permission from the judge to actually speak for his defendant and all of that. He stood up bold and clear that they have a question for the complainant lawyer, which is the federal government lawyer. Then the judge actually granted that immediately. So the defendant lawyer, that is Natasha lawyer, actually stood up and asked the question straight to the federal government lawyer.
This is said anybody occupying a political office in the public space of Nigeria can be immunized by the federal government, that the federal government can actually bring themselves into their matter and standing for them and all of that. Is Yaya Bello the other witness, which is the second witness? Is Yaya Bello also occupying a political office?
That's the direct question that the defendant lawyer actually asked the federal government lawyer. So the defendant lawyer continued.
We understand the fact that Senate President Akpabio is occupying a public office, the political office of the senatorial seat of Nigeria. Which position is Yaya Bello actually occupying?
But the federal government lawyer couldn't provide an answer based on this question that the defendant lawyer actually asked him. So the defendant lawyer, which is Natasha's lawyer, continuing in his speech. Then he turned to the judge and made it bold and clear to the judge that
it is in the Nigeria Constitution that the federal government can only step in on behalf of a particular set of people, that the federal government cannot step in just for one person, just to defend one person in a particular lawsuit.
Turned to the judge and made it bold and clear to the judge that
according to the Constitution of Nigeria, for the federal government to be able to step in to a particular matter and turn it to a federal case, that the matter should be between two or more parties that are occupying political position in the federal level. That if there's just one person that is occupying a political position in the federal level, the federal government did not have the right to step in into the matter or take over the case. And according to this case that is before the law court, it is only Senate President Akpabio that is occupying a political space in the federal level. Yaya Bello is not occupying a political space in the federal level, so the federal government did not have the right to step in that kind of matter. It is only Akpabio that can come out to file a petition against the defendant. The federal government did not have the right to file a petition against the defendant. My lord, but I didn't mean that it is both the Senate President Akpabio and ex-governor of Kogi State, Yaya Bello. I didn't mean that they occupying a federal level political position. It is the right of the federal government to actually file a petition against anybody that actually come for them or complain about them or do or such. But it is only one of them that is occupying a political space in the federal level. So my lord, the federal government did not have the right to file a petition against the defendant.
And the moment the lawyer of Natasha, which is the lawyer of the defendant, actually stated this, the judge accepted it immediately. And the lawyer of the federal government actually wanted to stand up to actually make a counter on that particular reading, but the judge disallowed it immediately. You will see things the way it goes when I come back, because I'm going to be showing you the full video of how everything actually goes in the court. You will see things for yourself. This is a massive victory to Natasha Akpoti-Oduaha, and this is a massive victory to Kogi Central. So before you see everything that happened in the court, see the way Sheon Okinbale actually defended Chinese television on Natasha and Akpabio case. This man defended Chinese television on Natasha and Akpabio case against the court, because the speculation finally got to the court that Chinese television is already defending one party and speaking against the other party. But Sheon actually came out to defend Chinese television on behalf of Chinese television against the court. You see things for yourself. If you can share the video, share it as you're watching it. If you can't share it, just like it. Stay connected. When I come back, I'll play the video of everything that happened in court. I'm coming back again.
I'd like to say to our viewing public and everyone watching out there, there's been allegations back and forth. But as a media organization, it's our role to be able to bring some of the information and perspective for your own judgment as a citizen of Nigeria. But I'd like to say right here that Channels Television cannot and will not be dragged into any of these claims or allegations, as we're just a media organization doing our jobs. These allegations and claims are on, and the obligations are on the individuals who have made them. Heavy allegations there are words against that of Senator Natasha Prevailed, but there are a lot more which is said on that Facebook outing that she made, including how she was said to be induced to say that there was an organ transplant or harvesting ordeal involving allegedly the Senate president. Well, here is what the Kogi senator has replied based on those claims, and she has officially responded. She said, quote, "I have carefully watched a live stream which was done by one Sandra C. Do on Facebook on May 1st, 2025. The content of the live stream, including the voice effect credited to me, are entirely untrue and most manipulated to serve Sandra Duru's ulterior motive of playing the script of Senator Godswill Akpabio. To the best of my knowledge, those words I use are false and did not emanate from the natural cause of any contact involving me. It was from recent research that I've also found out that the person who now represents herself as Duru is the same person who operated as Professor Mbeke on Facebook. In the nearest of time, I will respond to the unfounded allegations made therein. Senator Natasha Prevailed. That is perhaps the very first response coming from the senator since that Facebook post emerged. Let's get some perspective. I did reach out to Senator Prevailed on this matter, but according to her, she said she's denied every wrongdoing and no connection to Professor Mbeke, and whatever Professor Mbeke said on that Facebook post are false, and that she may not be able to have a representation tonight on the program. But let's get perspectives to the matter. I'm being joined by Ms. Obi Ndukwe, who is the President Citizens Quest for Truth Initiative. She's live for us here on the program. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Shane. Thank you.
What is your own summary or your analysis? How would you summarize your perspective on what is going on, especially the emergence of that Facebook post from Professor Mbeke?
Well, obviously, I'm sure many people were not expecting that, because considering the time, like between when those allegations against Senator Akpabio, were made, and then somehow it looked like, I mean, there was nobody to speak on his behalf. I mean, there was nobody to verify those claims and all that. So suddenly somebody now, shows up and says, I have a contact with Natasha. I was actually on her side. I was supporting her, and I can provide the evidence that we actually spoke and all that. I think after the first post she made and all that, Natasha also claimed that she didn't know her, and then of course she came up with the evidence they actually took. There was a phone conversation. It was aired as evidence, and then amongst others. You see, the truth of the matter is that when Natasha made those allegations, people also expected her to provide evidence, to the fact that she was sexually harassed, considering the fact that that incident had taken place more than a year ago, and then this is somebody else who is now alleging as well that Natasha lied against Senator Akpabio, and she's able to provide evidence, not just 1, 2, or 3, and in fact she's even saying that she has multiple evidence that she will be ready to tender in court, right. And then of course she also claims that the authorities, the security agencies, both in Nigeria and where she relates, have also verified, forensically tested these things, and then found out that the voice conversation, actually the voice belongs to Natasha and all that.
All right, let me ask you, Ms. Obi, how would you sum up the position in that Facebook post?
Well, I think that I won't blame her if she did, for what she did, come
blame
Facebook.
Who now? Because
I mean, Dr. Sandra.
Okay.
Because even Natasha's matter was also in the media. It was a kind of also media trial, because up till now, we are yet to hear what the courts have said. We are yet to see any evidence. So what Sandra has done is probably to deal with the issues on the same platforms that Natasha has actually used.
Because there is a longer tape, and one cannot place almost an hour plus thereabout. And there are also voice recordings, which was played back and forth to represent whatever. Well, on this matter, I'd like to say to our viewing public and everyone watching out there, there's been allegations back and forth. But as a media organization, it's our role to be able to bring some of the information and perspective for your own judgment as a citizen of Nigeria. But I'd like to say right here that Channels Television cannot and will not be dragged into any of these claims or allegations, as we're just a media organization doing our jobs. These allegations and claims are on, and the obligations are on the individuals who have made them.
Exactly.
If it serves as an indemnity, take it as such. Thank you. So I wanted to know what your own conclusion about what Professor Mbeke has said.
Well, I don't want to go far, because I've also been following this matter, and I can tell you, Shehu, that I also have some information that I've not been able to put out there.
What's that?
I'm also digging. I'm the president of Citizens Quest for Truth Initiative. So
what truth have
we believe a lot of lies have been told, a lot of manipulations,
by the Senate President.
No. By Natasha, who is alleged. A lot, just a lot. It's not something that we're not having.
What are you saying exactly?
No, the truth of the matter is that Nigerians were manipulated to believe the lies of Natasha. That's the truth of
As a woman, if you were in her shoes, if you were truly harassed, how would you go about it?
When this issue came up, I was one of those who supported her. That's the truth of the matter.
Why did you back?
Yeah, because that was on the issue of seat change and all that. But when the issue of sexual harassment came up, and I checked and I didn't see any substance in the matter, there's nothing to show that it actually happened, considering the fact that they have a relationship, the two families, and her husband and Akpabio, they are very close. I mean, somebody could not have sexually harassed you, and the next day you are seen with that same person, eulogizing him, making Facebook posts, and then praising him and all that. That's beyond that. We need to also, I needed to go beyond what, is being said in the public domain. And again, like I said, there were some information we gathered, some phone conversations that leaked, that have to do with the family, where the man, she's her husband. And then we were able to piece some of these things together, and we saw that there is actually a pattern, where manipulation takes place, and then make people, like she said, most Nigerians are gullible, G and H, they are gullible and hungry. I don't know whether that's true, but not many people will have the time to say, let's dig beyond this to find out the truth.
You don't believe the claims of Senator Natasha Akpoti?
I will believe.
Godswill Akpabio,
no. I will believe.
Allegedly, according to her, sexually harassed her.
No, I will believe when she provides the evidence. But she keeps saying, prolonging the evil, they're saying she will do that when the matters come in court.
So Professor Mbeke, right? Professor Mbeke said that she was being induced.
Okay.
And that, according to her, she allegedly claimed that Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan recruited Dr. Obi Ezekwesili.
Yeah, that's what she said.
For the profile of Dr. Obi Ezekwesili, do you believe that?
Well, the truth of the matter is that sometimes when you need this kind of, depending on what you intend to achieve, you know the persons that are credible, you know the people that you can actually approach. And probably that's the reason why she approached Professor Mbeke. If you listen to that phone conversation, how the first interaction they had, probably she heard about her and knew that she could help her to take her case. But you see, at the age bracket where she's operating, where she is, she belongs, and Mbeke may be on the same, page, or like the Obi thing. Obi Ezekwesili, who is older. So she may be more comfortable in opening up to Professor Mbeke. As we are women, we know these things. When we sit down, we talk, we open up to those we can open up to. But you may not do that with an older woman. And so it's likely that in the course of the, their relationship, she opened up a lot to her. But the fact that ordinarily myself, I won't throw out anything. But if you lie that if you tell me that you lied and you want me to be involved, and I'm insisting that you should give me evidence, and you turn around and tell me there's no evidence, I'm only doing this because I need to pull down somebody,
all right,
I will work against
What
you.
are you made to believe?
Right now?
Yeah.
Well, like I said, she has thrown her evidence. Dr. Mbeke has been able to, provide evidence, to an extent. She says it's about 7% of what she has. And then I expect that Natasha should deal with those issues that she has actually raised. It's not about...
What have you, what are you made to believe as an organization?
I think it's a relationship that went wrong.
Sour.
Yeah, Natasha probably didn't expect that a day like this will come and Professor Mbeke will make a U-turn.
Do you believe that there could be a possible sexual harassment?
Well, these things happen. There are genuine cases of sexual harassment. I mean, it's not out of place. I mingle with politicians. I know what goes on around. I know that sometimes you want to run elections. Some people give you conditions. But I can tell you, it also depends on how you carry yourself. I've worked with some politicians that ordinary people claim that they are into women. They're randy. But it never happened with me. Why? Because when I come to you and we're working, I insist that...
If it happens to you, how would you handle it?
If it happens to me, I may not go out there screaming blue murder. It may be something that since they have a relationship, I could also relate. I mean, the husband would have been the best to have handled.
Let me ask you, do you believe Professor Mbeke?
Well, I think to an extent I do. I do, because apart from...
Do you know her history?
Her history? Well, I think... I know there was an issue sometime in Imo State, and initially,
with Ezemadumere.
Ezemadumere. I ran into Ezemadumere's wife then, and then she told me.
Does that call to question the personality?
No, I won't do that, because you see, once you come out with the truth, if you're not careful, you'll be blackmailed. Those who have what it takes. So it's only for you to fight on until you get, and that's what we're saying. So prove your case.
Let me show you this. Okay. At some point in the video, where she raised her phone, there were some call logs. And you could see there, saved on the call logs, the latest call on her phone said Senate President. Below it is another call. Under is Senator Nedu Nwoko. So if you see it, which is displayed, you see it on the phone when she displays it. And there are those who are alleging that maybe the Senate President was behind all of this.
The call log, like I heard, was that these calls came while she was on air. And then I do not understand why somebody who is funding somebody to go and defend him or probably work for him will make a call when the person is on a live show. I don't want to understand that. Listen, a lot of things go on, with ICT and all that. People can do all that. But
there are claims that Professor Mbeke says she doesn't know the Senate President.
Well,
there it goes that the name of the president was saved on our call log.
Well, like yesterday, I met somebody, a high-profile Nigerian. As he was going to give me his number, it was already in my phone, and I had never met him before. I now recalled that somebody had, I was inquiring on something, and somebody had given me his number in case I needed to reach him. So that's that. For me, those are trivialities. Those are distractions. The issues are the evidence-based information. We need to clarify this. Did they really happen? Yes.
As a person, what is the biggest lesson here?
The biggest lesson. Both for Akpabio, I think that this, I've said it before, Akpabio also needs to separate business from, relationships. Sometimes he's a bit too playful, he jokes a lot about a lot of things, and then people also do take that as an advantage. Then secondly, for Natasha, I think that having gotten that opportunity to be in the Senate is not something you wish away. And of course, we know she's married, and then she has at least some kind of protection. And in our culture, in our climate, what it means when a woman is married, irrespective of what people may say. So I think that she would have probably narrowed the thing down to a family discussion and conversation.
But are you aware that there perhaps is a committee that's set by the president? A lot of people may not know this. That we understand that purportedly that the vice president is supposed to head the panel, where you had the NSA, the Attorney General of the Federal. You are aware?
Yes, I'm aware.
And that the Senate president pulled out of it.
Well, I don't know the reason, but I suspect that if you're accused and you know you didn't do it, why would you want to go in for a reconciliatory meeting? except the person who has accused you decides to come to you and say, look, we need to mend fences.
So you think Senator Natasha Akpoti...
I believe that's probably his reason. I don't know.
You think Senator Natasha is lying?
I've said it before. I mean, there's no evidence to all her claims, and there's no evidence to all the allegations.
So you think they are baseless?
Yes, they are baseless. As far as I'm concerned, they are baseless until proven otherwise. And I think we have waited long enough for us to get the evidence, and it's not forthcoming. So you can't keep, playing Nigerians, and man, you do a media trial, you go all over the world, you spill things about somebody, and then you can't provide the evidence. So it's a really, really difficult situation for anyone to just believe her hook, line, and sinker. We deal with the truth, we verify, we see for ourselves. And so if it's not there, it's not there.
A United Kingdom-based activist, Dr. Sandra Duru, who is popularly called Professor Mbeke, had released what is now being seen as an evidence from an exclusive, according to her, a phone conversation in which she claims that a suspended lawmaker from Kogi State, representing Kogi Central, Senator Natasha Akpoti lied against the Senate President Godswill Akpabio, and that she made a lot of claims, also including the fact that she allegedly attempted to induce her with 200 million naira to falsely accuse the former Akwa Ibom governor of organ harvesting. Let me allow you to listen to that online post made by the popular Professor Mbeke.
And she started offering me money. The first she said she has this problem with this Senate president, and explained to me everything. She thanked me. We talked personal things which I won't let out for now because it's her privacy, about her life, about her mom. We talked a lot. And the question I asked, Natasha, if you want me to represent you, can I know the truth? She said to me that she said, dropping names, I won't mention all, that she has already she had already paid Dr. Obi personally. How much do I want? I made her understand it's not all about money. Just to me, why are you fighting? What is the problem? What did they do to you? She now explained to me the truth. So she explained to me, and Natasha told me bluntly, she said, babe, there was nothing like sexual harassment. I was shocked. I was shocked. To be honest with you guys, I broke down. Because if you check my page, I was already fighting. If you go and see the things I posted about that man, the Senate president, you'll cry for him. I was fighting. I've contacted UN agencies because I'm a member of the UN Council. I've contacted everyone. I'm the president of TUFF, the Unique Family Foundation, that has UN successors and the rest of them in the United States. Honestly, I took the battle. Go check my page. I didn't erase anything. I left everything there. I was out to fight for Natasha. I was ready for the battle against the Senate president. So when she now started explaining things to me, in the course of the explanation, she was so relaxed. She was so calm. She opened up a lot of things to me. Our conversation wasn't just one or two, which the security agencies have already verified. And she was bold enough to tell me that she has paid Dr. Obi Ezekwesili, that she recruited Dr. Obi Ezekwesili, that that's not a big deal, I can do it. I said, did you tell Dr. Obi that these things are not true? She said, they know.
Heavy allegations there are works against that of Senator Natasha Akpoti, but there are a lot more, which is said on that Facebook outing that she made, including how she was said to be induced to say that there was an organ transplant or harvesting ordeal involving allegedly the Senate president. But here is what the Kogi senator, has replied based on those claims, and she has officially responded. She said, quote, "I have carefully watched a live stream which was done by one Sandra C. Duro on Facebook on May 1st, 2025. The content of the live stream, including the voice effect credited to me, are entirely untrue and most manipulated to serve Sandra Duro's ulterior motive of playing the script of Senator Godswill Akpabio. To the best of my knowledge, those words I use are false and did not emanate from the natural cause of any contact involving me. It was from recent research that I've also found out that the person who now represents herself as Duru is the same person who operated as Professor Mbeke on Facebook. In the nearest of time, I will respond to the unfounded allegations made therein." Senator Natasha Prevailed. That is perhaps the very first response coming from the senator since that Facebook post emerged. Let's get some perspective. I did reach out to Senator Prevailed on this matter, but according to her, she said she's denied every wrongdoing and no connection to Professor Mbeke, and whatever Professor Mbeke said on that Facebook post are false.
Thank you for staying connected, my great and wonderful viewers. You can see the way Sheon Okinbaloye of Chinese television actually defended Chinese against the court. You know, the speculation is already out there that many of the media houses, they're pulling support for Natasha, while some are being biased, they're pulling their support for Akpabio. So this issue is not the issue where any media house can actually put support for either of the party, because every opinion that is still out there, they are still speculation, so they are not in position to support any party. Now, obviously speaking, everything that was stated in this video is alleged. Everything is allegedly. There's no real fact there. Everything is actually alleged, you know. So for Sheon to just clear the air on behalf of Chinese television, because they can actually sanction them, Sheon made it clear that they are not supporting anybody, that everybody that is coming out to express their opinion based on this thing, they are expressing their own personal opinion, that the Chinese television is not to be held responsible for the opinion of anybody that is talking on the TV. That's what Sheon said in this video. You can see the way everything is actually going in court. You know, it is now very clear and obvious that the federal government did not have any case against Natasha. Now, looking at everything, based on all the things that was read out in this very video, you will notice that these people did not have a case. Now, for the federal government to hijack the case from Akpabio, and they took over it, and they actually want to use to bring Natasha down, according to what a lot of people are actually saying. You know, people are saying that the federal government intentionally want to hijack the case so that they can fight on behalf of Akpabio, because they know that Akpabio cannot fight the case against Natasha and win. So the federal government actually put themselves in the line to fight against Natasha to bring her down, allegedly. That's what a lot of people are actually saying. Now, you will notice that this same issue on ground, you notice that the lawyer of Natasha were even saying that the federal government is not in any position constitutionally to actually file a petition against Natasha, because Natasha is not threatening the peace of the nation. Because according to what they drafted, they said Natasha is threatening the stability of the democracy of the nation, blah, 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 like that, you know. But according to what the lawyer of Natasha was saying, they said Natasha did not by any means threaten the peace of the nation. So why will the federal government have issue with her? Is it not only Akpabio and Yaya Bello that she's having issue with? And the reason why she said she's having issue with Yaya Bello himself is the fact that she claimed that Yaya Bello actually tried to poof her alongside with Akpabio. She said they collide to actually poof her. And on the same vein, she alleged Yaya Bello of the fact that he tried to recall her as a senator. You know what it means when they recall a senator, that shows that the senator is no more a senator again. But INEC actually rejected it. Now, the question they're asking in court is, the lady that actually brought out 200 and something thousand votes against Natasha, the lady that brought out 249,000 votes against Natasha, that they're trying to recall her from Kogi and all of that. This lady, according to report, they said the DSS must arrest her. That's what the lawyer of Natasha actually said. They said the DSS must arrest this crook of a lady for forgery 249,000 people's signature against Natasha just to recall her. And among all the 249,000 signatures, it was only 124 signatures that were genuine. Just 124. It's not even up to 200. It's not even up to 1,000. Where did this lady have the remaining 249,000 and something signature? They said the DSS need to pick her up to interrogate her. Now they saying that where the federal government is supposed to channel their energy on the rascality and the criminality that is ongoing in the democratic system and all of that, they said they did not channel their energy on it. They said it is the Natasha that did not even have their time, the Natasha that did not even come for them. That's who they are even coming for. They said they should remove their hand from the matter, and Akpabio and Ayabelu should face Natasha. They should face Natasha by themselves. They should stop using Nigerian resources to fight another person. That's what a lot of people are actually saying. Now drop a opinion in the comment section of this video. What do you think will happen at the end of everything? Feel free, say your mind. Do you think the federal government will bring Natasha down, or do you think the matter will just blow on the air like that, or do you think Natasha will bring them down? Drop your opinion. Feel free, say your mind. As I'm gonna get another trend for you and share, follow me on my social media handles. Guess what, guys? See you in my next video, and bye for now.
Yorùbá TV 247 ẹ bá wa dá sí. Ìpolówó ọjà tó kájí wọlé ẹ bá wa dá sí. Ọ̀rọ̀ lórí orílẹ̀-èdè Yorùbá gbogbogbò ẹ bá wa dá sí. Ẹ̀yin ará mi ẹ súnmọ́ bí ẹ jẹ́ ká jọ pín ẹ bá wa dá sí. Yorùbá TV 247 ẹ bá wa pín.